Thank you for tuning in to the Live the Dream Media Network. Our featured broadcast will begin shortly.
You've got a voice, but are you ready for a global audience? Don't just settle for standard studio rental. At Live the Dream Media, we amplify your voice by broadcasting your podcast completely live on our exclusive online radio network. Whether they're down the street or across the world, your listeners can lock in live on YouTube, Meta, and the Live the Dream Media app. Why choose live? Because real-time connection builds a loyal community, extends your reach further than ever, and turns a simple recording into a massive digital event. Stop waiting on the edit. Go live, build your crowd, and live the dream with Live the Dream Media today.
Radio evolves more as the years progress, and it is only becoming better. Introducing the Live the Dream Media app. Catch your favorite music 24/7 and tune into live podcasts, or catch up on your own time with our on-demand library. No matter where you travel in the world, you can be anywhere on the planet and stay connected. Download the Live the Dream Media app for free today on the Apple App Store and Google Play, and experience radio reimagined.
Ready to go live? Take your show to the next level and host your podcast at the Live the Dream Media Professional Studio. From our fully equipped space, you can seamlessly connect with your audience and live stream in real time straight to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and more. We handle the technical side so you can focus entirely on your content. When you book with us, you get access to top-tier microphones, premium production gear, and full support from our professional audio engineers, all with flexible booking times designed to fit your schedule. Go live with our studio team today. Visit ltdmedia.net or call 520-373-2059 to book your session and live your dream live on air. Here at Live the Dream Media.
Think the music is the only thing rocking this station? Think again. We are bringing you the absolute best in live broadcasting all week long. Turn your dials to the Live the Dream Media Network for our powerhouse lineup of live podcasts airing Monday through Friday. Start your mornings right. Wake up every single Monday through Friday morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. with Wake Up Live, hosted by Christopher D. Simone. Stick around Mondays at 9 a.m. for the Marana and Oro Valley Experience with Dave.
The views and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the hosts and guests, not the opinions of Live the Dream Media. The content provided on this show is for entertainment and informational purposes only.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Southwest Flavor. Happy Tuesday to all of you. We have a fantastic show for you with a lot of guests on here, where there's 4 of us this morning, and we are going to be talking about something different today, a little bit of tequila, business, and family.
I purposely did it that way because I love how you're taking the show and you bring on the people, the businesses, and I thought, well, maybe it's time to bring on the flavor of Southwest. And I don't know if you knew this, Javier, but you inspired me to do this because the last show that we were on, I said, okay, I've got you scheduled. I've got you on the calendar as, and when we bring you on, we're going to be bringing tequila. And you're like, oh, okay. So I said, okay. Then he says, make sure that you put me down as Don Julio. And I'm like, I wonder why he specifically asked for Don Julio's name. So then I went on this, this whole research, about tequila, and I found out some really juicy stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was about family, business, rivalry, this love between 2 people that separated, Suaza and Cuervo, and we're going to dive into all those goodies. And by the way, when Chris said that I look serious on the post this morning, I'm very serious about tequila.
You and me both.
Yeah. Well, why don't you introduce our guests?
Today we have Jeff Saunders with Lady Baba. Welcome, Jeff.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And Javier Avalos with Spectrum Ina Road Auto Collision.
Great to be here. And Don Julio also is going to join us, and probably his boss, El Patron, is also going to join us this morning. So.
You're going to have to educate us on El Patron because I didn't factor him into all of this, but we'll bring him in.
It's the same drama.
Yeah?
Yeah, family.
I was hoping that I would find a novella on this, and my mom told me, she says, there is a mini-series on this. It was filmed back in 2007.
Oh, wow.
I'll pull the name up in case anybody's interested in that. But, I'm hoping to find it somewhere where it has subtitles because I'm definitely a coconut as far as a Mexican. I don't speak that much Spanish. So anyhow, Ron,
Yes.
before tequila was a brand, before it was a business, and long before somebody poured it into a margarita, there was the agave plant.
Right. Right.
And the agave had been part of life in, is it called Mesoamerica? Is that how you pronounce it?
I'm not sure.
M-E-S-O America? Any of you two? No?
Meso.
Mesoamerica? Okay, we'll go with that. For centuries, used for fermented beverages such as pulque, as well as fiber and other practical purposes. The broader agave landscape around tequila, Jalisco, later became culturally significant enough to be recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Landscape. So obviously this went, throughout the whole world. With European arrival came distillation techniques. Fermented agave evolved into distilled agave spirits, often described historically as vino del mezcal or mezcal wine. Over time, the spirit associated with the town of Tequila took the town's name. Do we have that picture up, Shay? The tequila picture?
For the Jalisco or?
There was a tequila picture. And while she's bringing that up, I'll just kind of talk about a little bit more of the history. And I want to ask you guys some questions. I'm going to put you on the spot. So think about that. Nobody sat down one day and said, I'll invent tequila. This evolved over generations. So, Javier, how many things in Mexican culture evolved the same way? Recipes, celebrations.
Well, first of all, tequila is part of, I would say it becomes part of the culture. It is the culture. I mean, you cannot go anywhere at a Mexican quinceañera, wedding, funeral without having tequila. Tequila brings the community together. For example, when I have 3 daughters and 2 of them are married, and the last one, she's available, so let me know. She's 35 years old in San Francisco, amazing florist. So if anybody's interested, bring me a bottle of tequila and we'll talk. So every time they would come out and attempt to date my daughters, I would bring them over. We would have some drinks, and I would bring out the bacanora. So the bacanora is what I call the truth serum, because after they drink one shot, then I get to know who they are.
That's right. That's right.
That's what
And my
alcohol
daughters
does.
did warn them and say, do not drink that. And the guys will come in and go, oh, I can drink anything. Well, we had to take them home afterwards.
Right.
So I know their true intentions after that.
Goodness. Other things that were culturally passed down are recipes from our grandmothers. So it wasn't exactly a recipe. It was like a pinch of this,
Yeah.
a pinch of that.
Yeah,
if
my
you
Nana
ask-
had no written recipes.
No, it was all in her head.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all in her head. Yep.
How about tamales for Christmas?
Tamales
Every
was definitely tamales and pozole. And it's funny because I got to go back just briefly, because you mentioned a word of a drink that's called pulque.
Okay, that's how you pronounce it. Okay.
That's how you pronounce it. And pulque was one of the, it was the leftovers. It was the, when you overboil milk and you have that really heavy condense. So pulque is a very heavy leftovers. But the thing about that was that only people indigenous would drink it. And then it was the poor peoples, it was the ranchers. After the middle class had their tequila, the leftovers was given to the workers. And pulquerias became like bars, and it's amazing. So now it's a thing. So you go to Mexico City, Guadalajara, or any place like that, and they have pulquerias, they have strawberry, mint, whatever you want, and it's amazing.
So is it like a thick cream? Is that what you...
It's like an atole. Atole meaning like a heavy hot chocolate, but it's
okay.
really thick, and it just kind of drips down the side. So if it doesn't drip, then that means you're not enjoying it.
So this what you were just sharing with us answers my next question, because sometimes we enjoy cultural traditions without realizing how deep their roots really are.
Our roots, well, my roots go back as far as France. So my middle name is Tessier, and my great grandparents came from France during the so Emiliano Zapata was finally on the back end, wanted some culture. So what they did was they wanted culture. They wanted the elite to have, the upper higher end. They wanted to bring textiles. They wanted to bring different kinds of artistry. So my great-grandfather and his brother, they left France. They were in textiles. They came to Mexico, and they created a legacy there. Mexico, there was a big textile company that they built. And even with that, they helped cultivate. So they settled in San Luis Potosí, which is very desert, just like Tucson, like that. So that culture that they brought also helped the indigenous individuals that were there, priests, monks, and they basically brought more of the upper class, but there was always tequila. Tequila was like you seal the deal with a contract, and a lot of dealings in Mexico, it's a handshake, and then you basically say salud, and then you just seal the deal with a shot of glass, and that's it. Yeah, and there you go.
That's how it was back then. Nothing like contracts nowadays.
Oh yeah.
You don't send it to your lawyer.
Right, exactly. There was none. I went through tequila. So I'm reading off my notes. I have to do this because I don't want to misinterpret history. So enter the Cuervo family. Tequila becomes a commercial family story. And this is where it gets juicy. By the 1700s, the story begins to look recognizably like a family business story. We understand that because we all run our own businesses. In 1758, José Antonio de Cuervo received a land grant near Tequila. In 1795, his son José María Guadalupe de Cuervo received royal authorization to commercially produce the agave spirit. That 1795 date is commonly treated as the formal beginning of the Cuervo commercial tequila enterprise. So now imagine that conversation. Now these are just imagination. These are not facts. Your father has land. He has grown agave. He is creating something. Does it sound familiar? The next generation comes along and says, I think we can make this bigger.
Yeah, because Dad's tired.
Yeah. So was Dad saying, don't mess with what we're doing? Was son saying, no, Dad, people are going to buy this? Was somebody at the kitchen table worried about money, land, crops, or who was going to inherit what? So as a business owner, what happens when the next generation sees the business differently than the founder? I want to.
Sure. Yeah. The next generation's always going to see the business different than the founder. I mean, they know the foundation because they grew up in the business, but the next generation always has new ideas, and nowadays, there's all the technology aspects of it that make things different. When we started our business 25 years ago, technology was a lot different than it is today.
Right.
Yeah.
This one actually hit home for me because when Abel began taking over our business, one of the first things we heard was things need to change. And I'm not going to, and the other one was, I'm not going to do it Dad's way. And I'm going to tell you, for us as founders, that was just gut wrenching to hear. because it feels like what you're doing is not good enough. But that isn't exactly what he was saying.
Yeah.
What he was saying was that we need to realize that what was happening all these years isn't going to last, or what was working all these years isn't going to last forever. And what he was looking at was technology had changed. Employees had changed. The customers had changed. And if the next generation is truly going to lead, at some point they have to be allowed to make it theirs.
Right.
So back to the tequila families, and that makes me wonder about these tequila families. We look back hundreds of years later and see this incredible legacy, but every generation had to make decisions the generation before them had never faced. New production methods, new markets, competitors, exports, branding. Somebody along the way had to say, we can't keep doing this exactly the way Dad did it. National Geographic recounts that Swausa and Cuervo families had been bitter rivals for generations, to the point that they exchanged insults and at times gunfire. Then Francisco Javier Swausa, the third generation Swausa heir, went to college in Chicago and met a young woman from the Cuervo family. Yes.
Oh, here
They
it comes.
secretly
Here it comes.
they secretly married.
Married.
Novella.
Isn't that
time.
like Romeo and Juliet? Weren't they from different like
They were.
rival families or
Yes,
whatever?
they were.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is Mexican Romeo and
You're
Juliet.
So things never change throughout history.
Oh, well, again, it's a testament for history repeats
yeah,
itself.
yeah.
So
Human
it's
nature.
Human
Yeah.
nature, yeah.
absolutely.
So, I have to ask you both, Jeff, maybe Jeff, does family make business stronger or more complicated?
Ooh, these are great topics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I am lucky. I'm a solopreneur.
I know we keep telling them stay that way.
And prior to this, when I had the mattress stores, it still felt solopreneurish. But
you
yeah, I
had
had
your
my
mom.
mother working.
You had your
for
mom
me.
working for
I had
you,
my
yeah.
mother working for me. And did my eyes just roll when I did that? Sorry, Mom. And then my daughter actually helped out a lot
Oh.
with delivery. So
Oh, okay.
the little 12-year-old Lulu was carrying.
Was she driving the
mattresses.
truck?
Yeah, she wanted to. Trust me. So I've been fortunate where I don't have that struggle, but I can definitely see, with somebody newer, if Lulu were to come into the business that I'm doing right now, I could see that she'd probably want to change some of the things that I do and maybe use technology way better than I do.
Right,
because
right.
I'm using, minimal amount because that's just the generation that I came from.
Right,
So-
and all of our kids have grown up with technology.
Yeah.
They've grown up with some kind of device in their hand
Oh, yeah.
since they're little, so it's natural to them.
Yeah.
Where us, we fight it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
So
100%.
when expansion and vision is in conversation, when does it become disrespecting, towards the founder, what the founder has built? Oh yeah, you can see it.
It's first of all, you guys picked, 3 different businesses, but we're all self-made, right?
right.
Jeff has his mom and his daughter. You have the boys. It's me. I have presented the opportunity for my kids, 3 girls and 1 boy. And when I started talking about transitioning several years ago, they all looked and they ran away.
Really?
They said, we want nothing to do with
called
that.
the movie bans?
Yeah, so I talked to my son. I go, hey, it'd be nice if you come in and help me and blah, blah, blah. So since he was little, I would bring him in and just not thinking of transitioning. But it came to a point that I basically said to him, it'd be nice, would you be interested in carrying on?
Right.
And at that time, he said something profound to me, and he says, no, I see the way you come home sometimes, and I don't want that for my family.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. Yes.
We open it up.
Yes.
That hit hard.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
hit hard. And I started looking back, and I go, okay, what is it that I did or did not do?
Right.
So we would bring our issues home.
Sure.
I mean, you try to separate that, but in our culture, it's easy for us to pass things down generation to generation. So, and mostly, you have those kids that are saying, yeah, I'll take over. Their vision is different. How they're going to view things are totally, in their eyes, the question becomes, are we willing to really let go?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's hard to let go.
It's really hard to let go, especially when you poured yourself for so many years into that business.
Right. But this next generation, and it's going to make us all sound old, but this next generation, their values are different. Our generation was go out and make all that money. Their generation is more of time off and experiences.
Right.
And you can't have those experiences if you're working 60 or 80 hours a week.
Right.
So they value the time off more than the overtime and the bonuses and stuff. I mean, they still need to make money, of course,
Right.
but their vision is different than ours.
So how do you handle it, Jeff? Because you're you.
Yeah, just me. I just sit back and watch you guys. I'm like, oh, my God. Wait a second.
This is what I don't do.
I didn't get the cliff notes for this. I thought we were talking moonshine today.
We will. We're going to go.
I thought we were too.
So, I'm very fortunate that I don't have to deal with that, but I applaud you both.
Yeah. Did you think at one point when you had the 4 different mattress stores that you were going to
I thought that
have
was
that
a possibility,
legacy?
and I did bring that up with Lulu, and she wanted nothing to do with it. And it was hectic, and I could see how kids, when you get home, they're like, "Oh, Dad's never here," or "He's not
He's
here
exhausted."
when he's here,"
Yeah.
because he's either exhausted or he's tired or
and as a business owner, your mind never shuts off.
right. Oh, yeah.
Especially when you have employees and your customers and everything's going on and
I don't have any employees now, and when I go to bed, all I do is think about orders. I'm like, and I think of something fun.
you're right.
I'm lucky.
So let me just ask you, your dynamics.
Uh-huh.
My wife worked with me early on. It didn't work.
Yeah.
I see you both. You make it work. What's your secret as a spouse team?
I let him do it. I mean, for the most part, he comes up with the ideas, inspiration, and he goes with it, and then I'm right behind him doing the administration. So
Because there's got to be a point that you say, Ron, you're getting out of hand.
I do. Like today, it was crazy this morning, and that's
I pack
okay.
my schedule.
He does. He's always he has this personality where he has to be consistently doing something to feel what's that word I'm looking for? Not
Fulfilled?
Fulfilled, I guess. Yeah.
purposeful.
Purposeful, yeah.
Purposeful. And if it wasn't Picturox, he was, always looking into the next thing that he needed to build. And now it's this podcast. And he's already got a few other things underneath his sleeve that he wants to do. But we take it in strides, we take it in steps. And I've always been the one to just take his hand and go along with it. And there are times where I do have to place boundaries. But that's okay. And I'm only doing that is because I see him more on, the personal level, the business side, and I'm doing it for his best and for our best as a family. But everything that this man has done, even when he was working for somebody else, he always took something and he built it up. And mind you, there was, mistakes being made, lessons learned.
Sure. That's part of growing.
Right. And there's going to be mistakes made and lessons learned, for our future. Mm-hmm. But I just find he's an easygoing guy, and I'm not. I'm completely the opposite. I have to have structure. I'm very controlling. So, but for some reason, it just works.
Jeff just looks at me.
This is tequila therapy 101.
That's right.
That's when the tequila does come in.
Hey, with that, let's take a quick sponsor break.
Oh, okay.
Because we're a little bit over time. So we will be right back with Southwest Flavor.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Your old AC unit is the most expensive thing in your house this summer. Replace it now and get $1,000 off from Picture Rocks Cooling and up to $720 in rebates. Along with our 1-year money-back guarantee, that's the smartest move you'll make this summer. Call now for your free estimate, 520-492-0748 or picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, heating and plumbing.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love track because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
Track is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting Track, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
Arcadia Landscape has been a part of the Tucson community for over 40 years. In that time, we have grown from landscape maintenance and construction to tree services, water features, reptile removals, irrigation repairs and installations, and low voltage lighting. It's our mission to keep our community clean and educated so you and your family can enjoy it just as much as we do. No job is too big or too small. Contact us today for your landscaping needs.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
All right, we are back. You're watching Southwest Flavor. Check us out every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. All right, we're talking a little tequila, business, and family.
So yes, off the air, we're talking about the challenges, that marriage relationships have, in business. And Javier asked me, he's like, how do you two do it? And I was just sharing with him that, like I said, Ron's pretty an easygoing guy, but there are times where, we've had our differences. we've had our fair share of arguments, and there are times where we both just couldn't stand each other. I mean, and that's just part of being in a marriage relationships. And the most thing that I found very challenging in a business with your spouse is sometimes a business gets in the way of marriage relationship. Sure. And sometimes it overshadows the marriage and the relationship, and sometimes family too. And there are times where you just want to kill each other because you have different views and ways of doing things. But one thing that I have took away from all these years is that get over your feelings, because it's really the most important thing in business and in marriage is the relationship. And it's not just the relationship within, the two of us, but we exude that, with even our employees, our relationships with our customers. Those things, the word relationship just means the world to us.
And even your vendors.
Exactly.
Especially your vendors.
Yeah.
So I do want to go back to the secret marriage. That marriage between the Swausa and the Cuervos, the two kids, it mattered because this wasn't just two kids from competing companies. Their families had a history of serious conflict. Food and wine, drawing on Ted Genoway's Tequila Wars, documents that members of the Cuervo and Swausa families at times brought literally for control of the tequila industry in the 1920s. A Cuervo family member killed a member of the Swausa family, and a political power in tequila was also used in the rivalry.
Wow.
So, according to National Geographic's retelling, Javier's father was so furious about the marriage that Javier was initially pushed out of the family business and had to work other jobs before eventually being allowed back.
Wow.
In short, shortly before his father's death in 1946. It's all so juicy. So here comes, and correct my Spanish, Javier. Sinobio Swausa, the student becomes the competitor. Is that Sinobio? Is that how you say that?
Let me see.
Sinobio Swausa adds a completely different business dimension. Historical accounts place him learning the tequila trade. Sanabio, okay, around a Cuervo operation before eventually going out on his own. Did you guys hear that?
He went out on his own, yeah.
He learned the trade from the Cuervos. In 1873, he purchased La Antigua Cruz distillery and renamed it La Perseverance. Oh my gosh, my mom's going to kill me. Creating the foundation of Tequila Swausa. So I'm like, wait a minute. One of the men who would eventually build a competing tequila dynasty actually learned the trade from the Cuervo business. Oh my gosh, these poor Cuervos.
It happens all the time, though. It happens in business all the time. Either fathers and sons or brothers or whatever. Friends, I mean, they split up all the time.
Yeah.
Employees.
Yeah, employees. Yeah, your key employee.
Your key employees that you teach them the
trade. But is
it
entrepreneurship or is it betrayal?
It could be a little bit of both. Or it could be either or.
So if someone learns your trade and eventually becomes your competition, how do you feel about that? And we went through this. How did you feel about that?
We did. I mean, you want to hire the best of the best. Mm-hmm. So any person that you hire, you would hope that has potential to eventually go out on their own. So, and if they do it the right way, then that's fine. If they're not stealing your customers and all that and backstabbing you, then I think that's fine, because there's.
So you can be proud that they learned under you. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between protecting trade knowledge and developing people, though?
Protecting trade knowledge?
Mm-hmm. It's a good question. How about
that? Is and in our trade, I mean, we don't have anything proprietary. We don't have any secret labs or anything that we're inventing anything. So, we're not that much different than the other guys that are doing the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when competition becomes family pride, we're going to talk about this a little bit. The Cuervo and Swausa families became major tequila dynasties in the same relatively small tequila producing community. So they're all, friends. close friends. Their competition was not just distant corporate rivalry. Historical accounts describe business competition that also spilled into politics and at times serious personal conflict because they were so close together. So your competitor, the competitor wasn't just sitting in corporate headquarters 2,000 miles away.
Right.
His fields are down the road. His family knows your family, and everybody in town knows how much tequila was sold that year.
Right. Now, when did this first take place? Are we talking about 100 years ago? Probably in the 20s?
Yeah.
Or
1920s, right?
No, it was before that. It was like late 1800s.
Okay. So about 120 years ago, maybe, or 130 years ago? Because you said that I think the father died in, 46, you said? Okay. So about 80 years ago.
So I would say late 1800s.
Okay.
So imagine at the dinner table, did you hear what Swalsas are doing? At the distillery, they're expanding again.
Well, not only that, but that story mentions political. And, as these families grew and became more successful financially, I'm sure that they became a little bit more powerful, in the political world too. Yeah, they had more influence on their community.
And that's very typical of Hispanics, in that a lot of companies like that, they would be funding the next town mayor, the governor, whatever the case is. Because, again, you brought up the novela. There is on Netflix this dynasty about the tequileria, which speaks exactly about that. But political was the main thing.
Sure.
In order to be the elite, you would have to have politicians, doctors, everybody in the up in the food chain. So
you kind of keep everyone in your circle.
Of course.
Yeah.
I could see that happening because Cuervo is still family owned by the 11th generation.
Oh, wow.
This is 250 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I could see how the politics would get intertwined in all of this. So going back to them, was the rivalry about money or was it about family pride?
I would say both.
Both, and some power in there, some influence and power.
Of course.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be second.
Right.
No.
Oh, so I got a question.
Sure.
For Ron and Janay. Right? Here we go. So who could Luke marry that would create that kind of tension here in the Tucson area?
Ooh, that look on her face said
Who
nothing.
could Luke marry to create,
This kind of tension. What rivalry?
Right, one of the other big AC companies.
Yeah, no. Thankfully, that's not the case. His girlfriend now, she's been in the picture for years since.
And we're sure she doesn't. She has no affiliation.
She has no affiliation.
No, she's actually her story's different. And one of these days we might bring her on for her to share that story. But her story is a little bit different because her family background is completely different from what she has been exposed to through us. And that is she appreciates the family togetherness, the tightness,
dynamics.
The tightness that we have. We're not perfect by any means. We have our struggles and our challenges. We just don't really talk about that because it's just normal human being bullcrap.
We did, though, several years ago, probably 10 years ago, our lead technician, his son got together with the daughter of one of the big rival companies. And so there is some...
That didn't end well.
There's some words exchanged between them. It wasn't anything to do with us, but they weren't real happy with each other.
That was a novella. Literally.
There you go.
And they were a lot bigger company than us, so there.
Yeah.
No, thank you. A later chapter of the Cuervo Swalsa story has often been told almost like a movie. Members of the younger generations crossed a family divide that previous generations had treated as serious rivalry, as we've been talking about. The accounts differ in some details. So what we're talking about here we're trying to handle this conversation stuff, very carefully, because I don't want to make sure that, we're not over dramatizing it. But I think the dynamics that the tequila overall, that just brings people, circling around, and we're all just dealing with the same stuff.
Sure.
Same, not dynamics, but just the challenges of life, business, and politics that kind of get all in the way. Let's see, we are there, and then
let's take a quick sponsor break, and then we'll have our last about 10 minutes of the show.
Really? I'm not even done yet.
What?
Oh, gosh.
Time doesn't stand still for anyone.
Right, exactly.
Hey, let's take a quick sponsor break and thank all of our wonderful sponsors, and we will be back with Southwest Flavor in just a moment.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Your old AC unit is the most expensive thing in your house this summer. Replace it now and get $1,000 off from Picture Rocks Cooling and up to $720 in rebates. Along with our 1-year money-back guarantee, that's the smartest move you'll make this summer. Call now for your free estimate, 520-492-0748 or picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, heating and plumbing.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license, or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love track because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
Track is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting Track, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
Arcadia Landscape has been a part of the Tucson community for over 40 years. In that time, we have grown from landscape maintenance and construction to tree services, water features, reptile removals, irrigation repairs and installations, and low voltage lighting. It's our mission to keep our community clean and educated so you and your family can enjoy it just as much as we do. No job is too big or too small. Contact us today for your landscaping needs.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
We are back. You're watching Southwest Flavor, and we're doing tequila talk today. So that's a good talk for a Tuesday. Get that get that week
Tuesday?
started. Yeah, Tequila Tuesday. That we're gonna start a new thing. We're gonna do Tequila
Tacos,
Tuesday instead of Taco
tequila
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's still a tea.
It's still a tea. Yeah. It works out.
So I want to bring in a new kind of entrepreneur, tequila entrepreneur, Don Julio.
Okay.
He gives this episode a third kind of family business story. Cuervo and Suaz demonstrate old dynasty, succession, and rivalry. Don Julio Gonzalez enters much later as a young entrepreneur stepping into an industry where major names were already existed. So the core business lesson is powerful. He did not invent tequila. Mm-hmm. He entered an established industry and believed there was room to make it different and build a reputation around quality and craft. So his story is also tied to family responsibility from a young age and to a brand that ultimately carried his own name. So by the time Don Julio comes along, tequila already has history. Cuervo has been around for generations, same thing as Swausa. Mm-hmm. So how does a 17-year-old kid enter an industry with families with already established businesses? Yeah.
Gusto.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to answer the question as to why he did it and how he did it, because we can relate to being the smaller person versus, those bigger companies that, were... We
didn't invent the wheel.
Exactly.
We just, started our own little thing.
So how do you
have a niche?
Yeah.
So how do you compete with the big names already owning the market? That's a question for y'all, you business owners.
Relationships.
Yeah.
A big part of it is relationships.
Mm-hmm. Well, too, I think Don, at least when I was in the restaurant hospitality business, Don Julio was always a step up between the other two, by far.
Top shelf.
Yeah,
top shelf.
And
Yep.
I think that's probably what she's about to say, is that he went in and tried to make a finer, more exclusive, higher price point tequila, than rather try to go into every store, every restaurant in the U.S. Or in the world. Right? That takes a lot, and that's probably where we're going, right?
I think, and this is just my opinion, because you don't repeat what your big companies are already doing. But do you find one? I think what we do is we find one thing that they're not doing, and you build your identity around that. And I think that might have been something that he did.
Yeah.
He just found a way to make his way, through the industry by one thing, and here we are to this day. I think being smaller has some advantage too. You can move differently. This is where Don Julio fits beautifully. Don Julio didn't just enter the tequila business. Often entrepreneurs don't win by becoming a smaller version of the market leader. They win by creating a reason for customers to see them differently.
Right. Sure. Like Jeff said, a niche.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when you both started your business, there was already these bigger companies doing what we already do. So what made you believe there was still room for you?
Well, for me, basically, there's a lot more consolidation of big shops buying up the small shops, the big boxes. And one of the things that I make an effort when we talk to our clients in either social or in a networking event is that by a show of hands, where are the big boxes representing our business? And there's none.
Yeah.
There's nobody shows up. And I say, well, why would you want to do business with someone that you don't even know? Whether with us, you're looking at the founder, you know who the founder is. He's touching the product. He's making sure that everything gets to where it needs to be.
Right.
And what differentiates us is that the minute that little bug went into your head of saying, I can do this differently, and never losing of that little voice that got you to go into the business and, being the best AC or the best product. I remember last time we met, and it stuck with me, Jeff, was that people are, going online and doing their own thing, but then they lose track. But with you, it's a phone call. You can still match the prices, do everything that you can, but they cannot pick up.
Right. They have that personal touch.
The personal touch. And that's the difference with Picturex, myself, and you, is that we make sure that we pick up the phone, we're there, and we're visible to
the
community.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
basically what it is. And my passion still, people keep saying, how long can you go? Well, I love what I do. But the body's telling you, hey, dude,
saying otherwise.
You're saying something else. But again, is letting our employees know what our mission and vision,
your expectations are.
Of what got us to be where we're at today. So.
Yeah, now they can certainly change, the marketing and the way we do things. But there's one thing that they cannot change is the importance of relationships.
That mission statement and that foundation. Yeah.
There's always this one statement, that both him and I just stand on that's the importance of sustaining, maintaining, cultivating, protecting relationships all the way around, whether it's personal or in business.
Yeah. Javier, real quick, what did you bring with us? Tell us a little bit about that. We've got about 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What I did was I brought everybody
there you go.
A sampler of the different tequilas, all the way from silver to añejo. So there are the 4 different types of tequila that you have here.
Really see
and one of them is for mixing, the other one is for cigars and social events. But Patron did a good job of putting everything together. And of course, you can find... I got that about 5 years ago, and I go, God, what a great way to tell people what tequila is and really when and what is it, which one you should be drinking most of the time at. So if you go to a social event and you're just going to do shots and mixes, margaritas, you always want to go with a silver because it's very light and it's not potent. But, you want something classy, you sit down with some ice, then you go with the añejo, which is like aged brandy.
That's the bronze one, right?
Yeah, the bronze.
So is that aged in like an oak barrel or something, or a charred barrel?
Yeah, it's basically the same. It goes on there. So I tell people is that whenever you go to a restaurant, and if you really want to enjoy a good tequila, make sure you don't get the house tequila unless it's a good tequila.
Right.
I remember back in the days when Chewy's used to be here, and they're always margaritas and stuff. And one day I happened to say, "Hey, what tequila you're using?" And they say Moctezuma, and I go, "Moctezuma?" I go, "What the heck is that?" I don't know. They just get it from blah, and boy, they'll give you a headache. And see, if you drink cheap tequila, it gives you a headache. So the nicer, the light. The purest tequila you want to have is the silver, okay? But a nice brand. Patron is overrated already because it's over pretty much advertised. Don Julio is to the brand. Don Julio is a nice sipping, and I don't get why people take the shots and follow with the salt and then the lemon. No, it's like brandy. You just want to taste the agaves and the flavors that it has on there. Right. So, it always has what kind of tequila, and if the server can't pronounce it, run.
All right, guys, we are out of time. So thank you so much for coming in. This was a fun conversation.
Yeah.
And we didn't even crack a bottle.
I know, right?
Got to think of what's going to be talked about for the next flavor of the month.
There you go. All right, that's another episode of Southwest Flavor. We will be